Right. Alright YouTubes, how are we all doing? Hope you're well, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we've got a bit of a weapon in this car that we're working on. It's an Audi RS3. Give you a look at it. Fairly newish one, I'm not sure of the year. Do you know what year it is, Reece?
2018.
2018 it is. Yeah, this car has had loads of work done to it, engine wise, and apparently it's at about 800 brake horsepower. I'll give you a look under the bonnet if you're into modifying cars and all that. So yeah, it's got an even Shorey air intake. It runs on race fuel. I don't know any of the technical stuff, so don't ask me. But all I know is it's rapid. Apparently, that the work that's been done to it has been going on for quite a few months. Yeah, this car's had a lot of work done to it, and a lot of money spent on it. And yeah, it's supposed to be absolutely rapid. Yeah, there's a can for race fuel that goes in the back, and there's also, oh, you can't really see it now. I think that's meth in there. Yeah, meth tank in the boot. So yeah, apparently it's rapid. It sounds rapid when you start up. It sounds like an absolute monster. So yeah, it's had loads of work done. I think the work's been done by a guy called Chris at VGS. They're in local Swindon. They do Volkswagen and Audi tuning. So check them out. They do some awesome stuff. And I think as well, Ricky from RE Performance has been doing stuff with this car as well. He's another Audi specialist in Swindon. He's got a massive YouTube channel. If you want to check them out, Ricky, RE Performance. And then this car was wrapped apparently. I'm not sure what type of wrap it had on it, but the guy wanted it all removed. So I never removed it. Apparently they had to get a specialist in to remove it because it had some sort of adhesion promoter put on there, and they couldn't get the adhesive off the car. It was about 4 days work getting the adhesive off apparently. They'd done a really good job and they didn't really scratch it. So we've got to paint the bonnet. There's a few little imperfections in it and a few minor scratches. So we've got to paint the bonnet. It peeled off the paint on the side skirt and it's bowed out a little bit. So we've got to paint a new side skirt for it and fit that. And the rear bumper. Reece has already took the back bumper off as per usual and prepped that. Wasn't a lot on it. Underneath the wrap someone had done like a tiny small repair and just wrapped over it, and then there was a couple of small marks on it. So Reece has already got that off and prepped it. So it's the rear bumper we're doing, a new side skirt, and we're fitting that, and the bonnet. And we're going to take the bonnet off, I think, and just do all the three parts, you know, separate off the car. We're not blending it. I think from a quick look it looks like I've got room to blend anyway. We have actually done the front bumper on this car already. There was a new front bumper went on it a little while ago, and the colour match is decent on that. So yeah, so that's it, the bonnet, side skirt and the rear bumper. So we're going to get this bonnet off now, do the preparation on that, and then obviously get it painted. So that being said, we're going to crack on. Right then, YouTubes, the Audi RS3 parts are all ready. Sorry, I didn't get any footage of any of the preparation on it, but it wasn't a lot to do anyway, to be fair. So we've taken the bonnet off of the car. So we've just got the parts in there. The bonnet, it was all like sort of where they took the wrap off, like real fine scratches, just a mixture of all different sorts of scratches all over it, which probably with a bit of flattening down and spending a bit of time would have polished up. But factory paint can be a bit of a pig to flat and polish, and we would have either been flatting loads of little areas or we'd have had to flat the whole lot off. So it was just easier. There's no chips on it at all where it's been wrapped. So we've just sanded it. We're just going to flow coat it, sanded it off with 800 grit on the dual action sander, and then grey scotch and a 1000 pad just to key it up, and I'm just going to flow coat that. Wow, I'm not going to. The only bit of base coat I'm going to do, there's a little chip on this edge here, so there's going to be a little bit of base coat fluffed in there, and then just clear coat the bonnet. It's probably a bit easier than trying to flat and polish all that factory paint. So that's what we're doing with the bonnet. The side skirts, the new side skirts, so just been grey scotched, and a 600 prep pad with that, and then the bumper had a few little marks in the middle, tiny little bit of fine filler in the marks. So we're just going to colour the middle of the bumper, and then clear coat the rest of it. I think there's a tiny little mark under here, yeah. So yeah, that's it. So pretty straightforward job. This colour's a little bit different. It's called Panther Black. It looks jet black in some lights, and then look in the sun it looks really purpley and sort of mauvey looking. Really nice colour. I do like it a lot. So yeah, that's it. I've got all the paint mixed up. Be the usual procedure: water degreaser, then solvent degreaser to start off with, and then the spray guns I use on this one be my normal base coat gun, Satajet X5500 with a 1.2 ice setup on that, and that's a HVLP. And then I'm going to clear coat it with the CC gun with a 1.3 cc setup. So yeah, that's it. I've got all the paint mixed. I'll get it all degreased, blown off and tacked off, and we'll get some paint on it. And be the usual Mipa Waterbase base coat for the colour, and then the clear coat's going to be Mipa CX2 with the HS25 hardener. Right then, YouTubes, a little bit of blues to start the video. You can't beat a little bit of blues. So yeah, I haven't done any videos for a week or so. So this footage is from a couple of weeks ago, and a few of the videos that are going to come out from this one, the footage is going to be from a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, this job was it was a nice job to do. Like I said in the intro, the car had extensive work done to it to get it up to the horsepower it's at the moment. I think the guy even wants more horsepower out of it, which is crazy for the road. But yeah, it's a really nice car and a pleasure to work on, a little bit different. So yeah, got the usual Mipa Waterbase. Just gone for the standard shade on this car. I already done the bumper on this job, but on this vehicle a couple of months ago, and I didn't have the vehicle here at the time. I just done the bumper for the guys that were doing all the mechanical work, VGS, and yeah, so I had to take a bit of a gamble on the colour, but it was okay, so I just stuck with a standard shade on this one. Yeah, it's a bit of a different colour. I think it must be like an exclusive colour to have, because I haven't done this colour before on Audis. Panther Black's got loads of pearl and ceramic in it. And on the formulation, there was a version that's got a special pigment tinter in it. I haven't got any of those tinters on the scheme. I think there's a handful of them. There's about There's about 10 tinters on the scheme that are special pigment. They're really expensive. They're sort of over £100 just for 100ml bottle. But it gave me an alternative where I didn't have to use that special pigment tinter, and there wasn't a lot in it in the mix, to be fair. And yeah, I can't see the point of it really when there's an alternative version that matches well. Why would you need to put these special pigment tinters in some of these colours? And a lot of them, they're only being in the odd colour, so you know, unless you're doing a big job, you'd buy that tinter for one job, and it'd probably sit on the shelf for the majority of the time. You never use it again. So anyway, yeah, Panther Black, this colour's called. So yeah, the standard procedure. Obviously, this colour covers really well. So it was a half coat. Dried that out as normal, and then my double coat, which is the double coat's not a full wet on wet double coat. It's sort of, I'd call it sort of a double coat, but it's sort of like a 3/4 coat. And that's it. The coverage is there. Do the blend outs. I wanted, even though I knew the colour was decent on this, there was nothing up on the ends of the bumpers, so that, you know, saves a bit of base coat, and yeah, and I'm not affecting anything at all, you know, with any of the other panels. Then just keeping the colour original. So yeah, just blowing them bottom pieces in the centre, and then yeah, with the double coat you do your fading out with it at the same time, get all your flicking out done. And yeah, I've just done a spray out card because I haven't got a chip for this colour, so I've got it as a reference just in case I ever get another one come in. I'm starting to do more and more spray outs now, especially with Spectro stuff that I've done, and it matches well. I can use that. I put all the information on the spray out card, and then I can go back to my system where I've saved that formula, and I can check on the spray out card against another vehicle then, and then just reuse that Spectro formula. So Spectro in every single car that comes in this a colour that I've done before. So I'm sort of trying to build up a bit more of a colour library now. So yeah, just that little fluffing to do on the front edge of that bonnet where there was a chip, and yeah, just the normal drop coat now. At 1 bar, increase your distance almost double to what you'd normally have it, and then yeah, just a nice sort of drop coat over it all, just to get all the metallic and ceramic to lay down properly. And yeah, I normally, depending if it's got a high aluminium content, I may do a drop coat, let that dry, and then just do another one just to even it up a little bit more. But a lot of the dark colours and that you probably almost get away without doing a drop coat, to be honest with you. But just for peace of mind, I always do one, and it's always good to do one on the spray out as well, so you get your effect right, get all your metallics laying right. So yeah, that's the drop coat all done, and just let that dry naturally. By the time I've mixed my clear coat, the drop coat's dried out. But I do sometimes just blow the dryer over it, just in case I've had the odd time where I go to tap rag my base coat and the drop coat hasn't dried properly, and then it sort of catches the tap rag a little bit. So yeah, I'm using Mipa CX2 on this job, pretty much using that on the majority of the work that comes in now, for the speed of drying, and it's just a great all-rounder. It's great drying, gloss level's really good, there's no thinners in it, so it's a simple mixing ratio 2:1, so you haven't got to play about with any thinners. Flow's nice, you can do small big jobs with it, it's reasonably priced, and it polishes decent enough if you do it in a fairly quick time. And yeah, CC gun again, I'm using that on the majority of jobs as well. It saves me a bit of paint, just get a bit of a flatter orange peel with it, and it suits most production vehicles. The combination of that CX2 and the Sata CC gun. Yeah, it's going on pretty much most jobs now. This combination, yeah, they have got a new clear coat that they've just bought out. CC14 it's called. I can't remember what they said the difference with it. It's their top end clear coat. It's supposed to be really resistant if you want to lay it on really heavy, so if you're doing some custom work and you're doing flat and polishing, really resistant to sagging and building up, so you can build it in big layers without solvent pop, without it sagging and building up around edges, you know, where you get a build up and a sort of drip line around edges. It's supposed to be really resistant to that. So I may get some in soon and give it a go. It's called Thick Tropic, I think it's called. So it's CC14 Thicks it's called. So it's got Thick Tropic properties, which is something new that I've sort of only just heard about. But yeah, it's supposed to be really resistant to moving and sagging and solvent popping and for build up on edges. But you can get a high film build with it, which would be good for custom flat and polishing work. So yeah, I may get that in soon and see what that's like. So yeah, with what I normally do is pretty much all my videos are going to be the sort of same painting procedure. I put a closed coat on. It's not a complete full wet coat, but it's got a finish on there. There's no little micro pinholes showing. As long as that's closed over, that's good enough for a first coat. And sometimes I may manipulate it a little bit on the first coat, maybe for BMW finishes where they're a bit thicker and a bit chunkier orange peel. I may turn the pressure down a little bit. This is at 2 bar, pretty much everything's at 2 bar, but I may turn it down to 1.8, 1.9, just to get the droplets when it's atomised, get them a little bit larger, so the finish is a little bit, you know, a little bit chunkier looking. Just double checking that spray out against the original colour on there, because obviously I've pretty much flow coated that bonnet, and yeah, it looked really good. I love flow coating a job. It's you know, clear coat over sanded clear coat. You get great results with it. It's a really nice thing, real pleasurable thing to do. I find just putting clear coat over clear coat. I'd love to do it on every job, but I definitely wouldn't earn any money doing that. But it is. You can normally get nice clean job as well, flow coating, because you've had none of the base coat work going on, and especially with Waterbase where you've got your dryers and your blowers, you're always going to create a bit more dirt from Waterbase coat for definite, with all your blowing around and stuff. But good housekeeping, you can normally keep your jobs pretty clean anyway. So yeah, this is the second coat going on now, and yeah, just trying to get a real nice finish. This guy's obviously really particular about his car, with all the work and money spent having all the engine work done, and he's yeah, wants all the body to look just as good as the performance, I suppose. So yeah, we took our time, and yeah, tried to get the finishes as OE and as clean and as consistent as possible, so it didn't look like it sort of had any paint really. Like I said at the beginning of the video as well, it pretty much probably would have polished up this job, no problem. But I think it's quicker just to clear coat it again than to spend all that time trying to flat out individual scratches, or if I had to flat the bonnet all over, we're going to then ruin the OE finish. It's going to look too flat. It's until you try. There's so many variables with factory paint. Some polish okay, others are like concrete and they really struggle to polish. So I'm not keen on flatting original paint. And yeah, there's you could do all that effort and then find that you've burnt through on a little edge, or some of the marks haven't completely come out. So I just think if you can get a clean job out the gun, it's quicker just to sand that off with 800 grit or 1000 grit, prep it all up, and just re-clear coat it. I found that more efficient and better results, really. Like I say, if there was any scratches that were too deep, then yeah, I would have sanded them right through, and obviously put Basecoat on it. But yeah, like I say, it was from where they removed the wrap, it was quite extensive work to remove all the adhesive. From what I got told, yeah, they'd done really well not to scratch it. You know, to put a lot of scratches in that vehicle. They'd done really well to get all that off and barely mark the vehicle. So yeah, just a bonnet, just, you know, it was obviously quite aggressive to get that adhesive off of the bonnet. And they told me that the actual wrap removed really easy, so they started peeling the wrap off, and it come off straight away, which they was like, oh, this is going to be easy. But what it was, they'd used an adhesion promoter on there, so the adhesive just comes straight off of the wrap, and all of the adhesive stayed on the vehicle. No matter how much sort of heat they put to it, it was just the same. People like yourselves, if you've ever removed stickers and wraps, it's great when it comes off clean, but when the parts of the adhesive stay on the vehicle, it's a pain. But the whole lot stayed on this vehicle, so yeah, they've done really well to get it all off and leave the car in the condition that it was in. So that's all the clear coat on there, and just giving it my first check. I'm normally, every time I've clear coated or painted something, I'll give it a check before I walk out. I'll give it another check while my spray gun's cleaning, and then I'll give it another check. So I triple check before it goes on bake. It's normally about 10 minutes I leave it if it's going on bake, and then before I put it on bake. But I just give this a 15-minute bake at 60 and it was dry. So yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Look after yourselves.
Alright YouTubes, Dad ain't feeling up to the outro today, so I thought I'd take over and show you around the RS3. So yeah, it all come out well. It's a lovely colour in the sun, especially it pops. You really see the purple in it and all the metallics and pearls and stuff. So yeah, the bonnet come out mint, and we fitted the new side skirt, but there was a bit of damage underneath which was causing the old one to bulge out a little bit. So we repaired that, put a new bracket on and fitted the new one, and that all come out well. And then we also repaired and painted the back bumper, and that all come out well as well. There's a few little marks through the middle of it, and then yeah, we managed to keep the colour within sort of the middle. So yeah, it all come out nice. I think the car's going off to be detailed soon, so once it's all polished up, it'll be mint. So hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for the next one. Cheers.